Hey there everyone, it's Matt, and today we're going to be taking a look at my new Sony Z series and the old Sony NW series. If you have been seeing my previous videos, I accidentally called it the S series before, but that's incorrect. It is the NW series. This one specifically is the NW270F. This was bought at Best Buy, and this was purchased from the Sony store at Tyson's Corner. So in the first of the comparison tests I like to do is the boot up time. Just to give you some quick information before we go through the full rundown, this has a solid state drive with a Core i5, where this one has a hard disk drive, the spinning disk kind with moving parts, and a Centrino 2 inside. And just to let you know, this was released in 2012, this was released in 2009. But we're just going off the fact that this one is faster. So what we're going to do is we're going to work with this. I'm going to try and set these all at the very same time that I possibly can. And I'm going to go like this and go. And I'll hit a lap when this one finishes. I'll have more work to do with this because I have to run my finger over the fingerprint sensor because it has it's password protected. This one is not. So it's going to be a little bit of handicap, but you'll know this one will be taking so much longer than the other one. So let's give it a start. You can account for maybe a half second in the difference between this and real life. This one's up, and we got in the first time, so that's good. And everything is ready now. So that's 20 seconds, 0.8, running the fingerprint sensor and everything. This one's still going. It's looking like it's probably going to be double the time. And remember, this one is not password protected, so we have a lot less time. Wait for the widgets to pop up. It's still thinking, so technically you can't do anything, and let's just stop right there. There are no widgets on this one, there are on these. And actually that just popped up, so in fact, maybe go for a minute 7. Full boot up, nothing special, both are on high performance. This one's even plugged in because it needs, life support. The battery does last almost no time whatsoever on this. I would now like to test both these out in terms of their portability. And as you know, you can see very easily 15.5 inches is a lot bigger than 13.3. As we can take a look at the widths too, it is a huge difference. Almost, I think, over double this than this. So I'd say, of course, this is a lot more portable, but let's check the weight. This one, holding up, comes to 40.5 ounces. 40.8. I'm just touching it very lightly. I'd go for 40.5 ounces. This one, this really heavy beast, is, try to balance it, 92. I'd go with 92. So it is more than double the weight. It does list it as 6 pounds online, and it's not portable. You're never going to find something like this and call it portable anymore. It's not a laptop. This would be more of a desktop replacement along with those 18 inches or 17 inch, whatever you'd like to call it. What I used to do is I used to keep this on my desk, but I did have to take it to work sometimes and to school, and it was a hassle bringing it all the way there. It was never a fun thing to do, and looking back, I should have gotten a smaller laptop a long time ago. This is so much more portable. You can hold it easily in one hand. It's the weight in comparison to 2 iPads. something that people use a lot. This is what I'm using right here, and it is the weight of double these. And of course you can see I'm looking up the information here. I have my cheat sheet. So in terms of comparison, it may not be a fair comparison, but these are the two laptops that I've been using for a lot of my life. And of course I'm going to give you more information on this one since I've had this one for a very long time. But of course the new one's going to win. The screen is so much better. You can see it's lighter. It gives you a more definite white. The resolution is finer. But downfalls are the sound, and that you cannot upgrade this or remove the battery for any reason. You can get a sheet battery that costs another $150, or if you get the upgraded models, I believe that the 3000 point, which is extremely expensive, and I'd say an overkill unless you really need it with a Core i7 processor, and I believe 256 or 512 gigabytes of solid state, it's an overkill. This being 1600 and this being 800, this was a bargain when I had it. And of course, I would suggest it for somebody that just wants a desktop replacement. It's big, it's bulky, it does what it needs to, it plays media very well. You can hook any of these two up to speakers and they do perfectly fine. The last few points I'd like to cover are the ports. The ports on the Z series, you get a few less than what you get on this NW series or anything of now. I know I'm comparing this to an NW series that came out in 2009, but you can really compare this to any of the desktop replacements that they have out now from Sony or from anyone else. But the Z series, the Ultrabook as I'd like to call it, has HDMI out, a Ethernet port that flips down, of course your audio or your headphone jack, has your DC, your 19.5 volt charger, and you have one USB 3.0 and one regular USB that can act as a charger if you need it to be. On your other side, you get a VGA out and a little port for locking. On the front, you get memory stick duo, and you also get an SD card slot. All useful things. At the top you have your wireless on and off, and your quick web buttons, which are touch, non-physical buttons. Over here, you do get more ports. You have two USBs, both 2.0s on this side. You have headphone out and a mic in. You have your optical drive already fit into this, so you don't have to carry on any other accessories. You have your VGA out, your HDMI. Oh shoot, I don't know what that one is in the center. Is that... Well, I'm really blanking. If anyone can help me out on that. I remember what it is, I can't remember the name. I'll add that in later. But you do have your final USB, so you have 3 in total here, along with your Ethernet port here, and you have a slot, I believe, that you can make this have wireless on it. You do not have that extra port on here, and you do not have the option of making this 3G or 4G. And I think that would maybe cut down the portability, because what I've done on my iPad is I have 4G and 3G on my other one, so I can carry these around everywhere and do work. So you do have to rely on Wi-Fi for both of them in the most part, unless you want to get that optional card and stick it in here. Of course, you also get your memory stick duo and SD. This being a desktop replacement, you do get more ports here by itself, but if you have that optical drive added for the Z series with Radeon graphics inside, you do have an extra port that makes up for one sticking out that you cover up by plugging in your optical drive, and you also get another HDMI out. So as they are, I'd say this would be the better desktop replacement, this would be the better portable, and of course this has a lot more power, and it's a lot quicker to do anything, but it does have a price tag that is basically double the price. And even though, again, this came out in 2009, you're still going to find around the same price points, but they are going to be a little bit faster, and they're going to have their optical drives inside. So it's all up to you on what you like the best. Portable computer, really light, or your new desktop replacement. So this has been Matt, and I've been doing a comparison between the Z series and the NW series. If you have any questions, comments, please let me know. Follow me on WordPress, Facebook, and Twitter. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. From this all feeds on you guys. So I'll be doing more reviews of the Z series, and I'll give you more history on the NW series. And I'll see you guys next time.